Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Colonel Wayne Scott, United States Air Force retired. I am honored to be your Master of Ceremonies for this evening's event. President Nixon himself was a veteran, having served as a naval officer during World War II before returning to Whittier, California to begin his political career. This library has regularly celebrated military and veterans events since opening in 1990, and we have a very special Veterans Day program for you this evening. Veterans Day was formerly known as Armistice Day. It was originally set as a U.S. legal holiday to honor the end of World War I, which occurred with the armistice on November 11th of 1918. In 1938, a law was passed, an act that declared 11 November dedicated to the cause of world peace and to be hereafter celebrated and known as Armistice Day. As such, the new legal holiday honored World War I veterans. In 1954, after having been through both World War I and World War II and the Korean War, the 83rd U.S. Congress, at the urging of many veteran service organizations, amended the Act of 1938 by striking out the word armistice and changing it to veterans. With the approval of the legislation in June of 1954, November 11th became a day honoring all American veterans from all wars. So each Veterans Day should be a time when Americans stop and remember the brave men and women who have risked their lives for the United States of America. As Dwight Eisenhower said, quote, "It is well for us to pause to acknowledge our debt to those who paid so large a share of freedom's price. As we stand here in grateful remembrance of the veterans' contributions, we renew our conviction of individual responsibility to live in ways that support the eternal truths upon which our nation is founded and from which flow its strength and greatness." To begin our program this evening, I would like to welcome several distinguished guests. The Mayor of Yorba Linda, Gene Hernandez, and his wife, Louise. Assemblywoman from California's 55th Assembly District, Ling Ling Chang. Retired Marine, Vietnam combat veteran, and president of Back to the War Zone, Dick Jeffrey. Back to the War Zone is the organization that is responsible for the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier replica that you passed as you entered our library tonight. Major Stacy Reitinger, United States Marine Corps, who will be introducing our guest speaker a little later. I would also like to recognize the most important VIPs that we have with us here this evening. Would all who have served our nation as members of the U.S. Armed Forces, the veterans, please stand and be recognized. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the presentation of colors by the 1st Intelligence Battalion, United States Marine Corps, and the singing of our national anthem by Marine Lieutenant Savannah Frank. March on the colors.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
I would now like to invite Navy Chaplain Camille Williams, the chaplain for the 39th Combat Logistics Battalion at Camp Pendleton, to offer our invocation. Chaplain Williams.
Let us pray. Gracious Lord, we come to you today to give thanks for the veterans past and present who have served our country with honor, courage, and commitment. We are grateful for the sacrifices veterans have made to protect our country's most fundamental beliefs of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. In the words of President Nixon, no group has sacrificed more for this goal than the men and women who have proudly worn the American uniform. In serving their country, they have sought not glory for themselves, but peace, honor, and freedom for us all. Lord, we know independence comes at a cost. That cost is sacrifice. Our veterans have sacrificed time with family, friends, rest, education, and even their very own lives so that our country can have peace. Greater love has no one than this, than to lay down one's life for his friends. Bless all who are serving now. Enable our warriors to be strong and courageous, and to remember that you will always be wherever we are, for you are our refuge and strength, a very present help in the time of trouble. All of these things we ask for your glory. Amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Thank you, Lieutenant Frank, for that rendition of our national anthem, and Chaplain Williams for your invocation. As you were entering this evening, you were enjoying the wonderful music of the Villa Park High School Concert and Ensemble, led by Chuck Jay. We now invite them and the Orange High School Concert Choir, led by Mike Short, to share a special musical number with us. Yorba Linda Mayor Gene Hernandez is a third-generation Californian. He received his Bachelor of Arts degree in Administration of Criminal Justice from San Jose State University and his Master of Science degree in Management from Cal Poly Pomona. He entered law enforcement as a police officer in the city of Fullerton in 1972, transferred to the Orange Police Department in 1975, where he attained the rank of captain, with his last assignment being Administrative Division Commander. In 1998, he became Chief of Police for the city of Chino, and he held that position until his retirement in December 2006. Gene was elected to the Yorba Linda City Council in 2012 and was appointed the current mayor in December of 2014. Ladies and gentlemen, the mayor of Yorba Linda, Gene Hernandez.
You know, I still get goosebumps when I hear those patriotic songs. Let's hear it again for our choir. They were outstanding. Well done. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for allowing me to be here today as we recognize our veterans for their unwavering service to America. As the mayor of Yorba Linda, I am honored to be speaking with you today on such an important occasion. Since the first shots at Lexington and Concord were fired and our Revolutionary War began, American men and women have been answering the nation's call to duty. Millions of Americans have fought and died on battlefields here and abroad to defend our freedoms and way of life. Today, our troops continue to make the ultimate sacrifice, and even as we pay tribute to our fallen soldiers, more Americans step forward and are ready to serve the nation. They follow in the footsteps of generations of fine Americans. Across this great country and throughout the world, we join Americans today to honor our brave soldiers who for more than 230 years have underwritten our freedom by their duty, honor, and selfless service. We recognize that all veterans have given something of themselves to this country, and some have given all, laying down their lives to defend the freedoms we hold so dear. Thinking of the heroes who join us here this evening, and those who are here in spirit only, a person can't help but feel awed by the enormity of what we encounter. We stand in the midst of patriots and the family and friends of those who have nobly served. It is these individuals that have made our armed forces the most respected in the world. We are here today to honor our heroes, to remember their achievements, their courage, and their dedication, to say thank you for their sacrifices. The service members we honor today come from all walks of life, but they shared several fundamental qualities. They possess courage, pride, determination, selflessness, dedication to duty, and integrity, all the qualities needed to serve a cause larger than oneself. In the past, many of them didn't ask to leave their homes to fight on distant battlefields. Many didn't even volunteer. Today, our soldiers don't go to war because they love fighting. They have been called to be part of something bigger than themselves. They are ordinary people who respond to extraordinary ways in extreme times. They rose to the nation's call because they wanted to protect a nation which has given us so much. Today, people throughout the country gather to remember, to honor, and to pay gratitude to those who have served our country. Tonight's gathering is one small spark in the flame of pride that burns across the nation today and every day. Tonight, in Yorba Linda, we honor our noble veterans who have served in the defense of liberty by honorably wearing the uniform of this great nation so that we can live in freedom. For those soldiers who have stood guard in peacetime, and to those who have witnessed the horror and inhumanity of combat, and to those who paid the ultimate sacrifice, let it be said that our soldiers have defended the Constitution of the United States. Our veterans have defended America through both the best and worst times, and they have performed their difficult duties tirelessly with little recognition or fanfare. They have sought neither fortune nor fame. A simple love of country and liberty compelled them to serve this great nation of ours. We salute our veterans now for the selfless service and to recognize their devotion to duty makes them a source of inspiration for all to emulate. They are our heroes because they have repeatedly triumphed over adversity. They know what it's like to stand in the chill of the night while others sleep. They have been and seen the horror of war and catastrophe, yet they endure. And it is the devotion to duty that gives us strength. It inspires today's military men and women to serve. To all our veterans, we have a simple yet heartfelt message. Thank you, all of you, for your service. Thank you for your selfless service in peacetime and war, here in this nation and throughout the world. For all veterans, regardless of their service and the era in which they have served, have paid a price for the freedom we enjoy. And as we reflect on the blessings of our liberty, let us be faithful stewards of the freedom we have been granted. Let us forget that we cannot rightfully celebrate the joy of our freedom without remembering the great price paid for that freedom. We are indeed the beneficiaries of those who made tremendous sacrifice for our liberty, not always with their lives, but with time away from family and loved ones in dangerous territories around the world, always keeping a watchful eye on our nation's enemies. May God bless you, God bless our soldiers and veterans, and may God bless and continue to bless the United States of America. Thank you.
Ling Ling Chang has represented the 55th Assembly District in the state legislature since 2014. Prior to the legislature, she served on the Diamond Bar City Council as a board member and former president of the Walnut Valley Water District. During her time on the city council there, she served as mayor and as a delegate to the Southern California Association of Governments and the League of California Cities, LA Division, of which she was elected president. The Assemblywoman has received recognition from the state of California, various city partners throughout California, the Los Angeles County Board of Supervisors, the YWCA, and many other community organizations. In 2006, Assemblywoman Chang was selected as one of the legislature's Women of the Year. Ladies and gentlemen, Assemblywoman Ling Ling Chang.
Thank you so much. This is actually my fourth Veterans Day event today, and it has been an incredibly emotional day for me. I immigrated to the United States when I was 3 with my family from Taiwan, and the reason why we did that was to escape the potential threat of communism. And we were able to immigrate here and have a wonderful life and a prosperous life. And this is exactly the reason why I'm standing up here today as your Assemblywoman. These are heroes. Our veterans are heroes, and we can never, ever forget that. These heroes are the reasons why there's so many who come to this country for solace. These heroes are the reasons why I can serve as your Assemblywoman and to represent the great state of California. These heroes are the reason why this nation is the beacon of freedom, liberty, and democracy. And with that, words really cannot express my gratitude to all of you. And that's the reason why I wanted to serve the great state of California. In fact, I made veterans one of my priorities when I'm up in the state capitol. One of my bills, AB 388, is a homeless veterans housing accountability bill that was signed by the governor, and I will continue to work on veterans issues as long as you continue to elect me. And with that, I want to thank you so much, and thank you so much again. It is my pleasure to be here to honor you tonight. Thank you.
How awesome and inspiring. I need to see things like this anytime I start worrying about the youth of America. One of the first things we learn, those of us who have served in the military, when we enter military service, is all the disparaging things that we're supposed to say about the other military services. I mean, tell me the truth. How many of you who are in the Army, the Marine Corps, the Navy know that if the Air Force gets money to build a base, the first thing they build is an officers' club and a golf course, and then they come back and ask for money for a runway? I mean, you've heard this. You've heard it before. Yesterday we celebrated the 240th birthday of the United States Marine Corps. I like to say, hoorah, yeah. Okay. 240 years of tradition unspoiled by progress. So I mean, we all have things we can say about one another, but a healthy rivalry between the services is good. And in the end, we all have profound respect and greatly value what the others bring to the fight because we do it collectively. We are successful as the United States military because of what we all bring. And so tonight, I thought I would point out that this truly is a joint military operation. You have an MC from the Air Force. Our invocation was offered by an Air Force chaplain. And I am now going to introduce a U.S. Marine Corps officer who will introduce our guest speaker from the United States Army. So this is a true joint operation. Major Stacy Reidinger has served as a Marine Corps Public Affairs officer for 10 years and is currently the Department Director of Public Affairs of the 1st Marine Expeditionary Force at Camp Pendleton. Previously, she served as the Director of Public Affairs at Marine Corps Air Station Yuma, and as the Combined Joint Information Bureau Chief of the Palawan team during exercise Balikatan, conducted in the Republic of the Philippines in 2012. She was also a field team lead of the U.S. Joint Forces during exercise Talisman Sabre in 2011, and Public Affairs Chief during exercise Balikatan 2011. Ladies and gentlemen, Major Reidinger.
Happy birthday, Marines. I saw a couple of you. Thank you, Colonel Scott, distinguished guests, community members that are here this evening. I'd also like to thank the Nixon Library for just hosting a wonderful event like this. This is my first time coming here to the building, and I was just overwhelmed just pulling into the parking lot, much less coming inside of this room. So I'm glad that we still have places like this, and we continue to keep up beautiful locations like this to help us remember very important people who have served our country as Nixon had. This evening I'm going to be here to talk a little bit about our keynote speaker, but first I wanted to share a little bit about Veterans Day. What does it mean to serve and to be a veteran? Each of us have our own definition, I'm sure. I am a guardian of freedom and the American way of life. I defend my country with my life. I will never accept defeat. My rifle, without me, is useless. Without my rifle, I'm useless. I will serve with honor, courage, and commitment. I will strive to be patient, understanding, just, and firm. I will commend the deserving and encourage the wayward. Who we are and what we stand for as soldiers, sailors, Marines, airmen, and Coast Guardsmen are branded in those who serve today and millions of others who carry the sanctity of our nation's defense into their civilian lives. But they are forever veterans. Some say America's military is weak. America as a country is faltering. Well, they are wrong, ladies and gentlemen. America is strong. I see it and live it every day. And America is and certainly will remain strong because we have men and women like yourselves committed to serving and protecting our nation. They've raised their right hand, taken the oath, and stated they will support and defend our Constitution against all enemies, foreign and domestic. They hold the watch so America's families can sleep in ease. And for those who say we're not strong enough at home when we're off the battlefield, we only have to look around the room tonight and span across the farms and dinner tables across America to know we have patriots no longer in uniform who continue to carry the watch. We are strong, ladies and gentlemen. We are strong because of patriots like our keynote speaker this evening, Staff Sergeant Travis Mills. Staff Sergeant Mills is what America stands for. His motto of never give up, never quit is exactly what his life and continued service today embodies. He didn't give up when an IED nearly took his life while on patrol in Afghanistan in 2012. He didn't quit during the many years of rehabilitation, and he didn't quit the day he retired from the U.S. Army. No. Staff Sergeant Mills became a recalibrated warrior, a guardian angel for our veterans. Staff Sergeant Mills has committed his life to caring for those that serve in and out of uniform. Yes, America is strong and will remain strong if we continue to breed lifelong patriots like Staff Sergeant Mills. So this evening, please join me in welcoming U.S. Army retired Staff Sergeant Travis Mills.
Hey, what's up? How's it going? Cool. Whew. Thank you. All right, good evening. Thank you. Please have a seat. Have a seat. All right. A little bit about me. I'm not as serious as you might think, so my jokes are going to come at you. Marines, if you don't catch them, it's expected, so don't worry about it. Yeah, no, that's not nice. I shouldn't have said that, but I did. Hi, everybody. I'm retired Staff Sergeant Travis Mills. I'm one of 5 surviving quadruple amputees. The other 4 are nowhere near as good looking as me. I know. Hard to believe. Let's set some ground rules. Ladies, I'm married, so... You know, I know, it's like, geez. I know. Oh, you doll, don't. What's up? Does anybody ever got that song, Watch Me Whip and Nay Nay stuck in their head? Because, I mean, I'm just like, watch me whip and watch me nay nay. I mean, I don't know why, you know. All right, I only have a half hour, so I'm going to take about 45 because it's all about me. And, you can ask anybody around. I do what I want because I get away with it, you know? I play with the handicap, as they say in golf. Oh, too far? All right. Let me introduce y'all to my wife and my kid at the time. This is me. Oh, I got arms and legs there. I had them. I'm one veteran. I'm going to tell you guys my story, what I'm doing, and then we'll get into it. So that's my wife and I. My beautiful little girl, Chloe, at the time. She was about 2 months old, and that is in North Carolina at Fort Bragg. I was home with the 82nd Airborne. There it is. I was with the 82nd Airborne. I used to jump out of airplanes and kick bad guys in the face. I think that's how you're supposed to say it, the technical term. And, everything was going good. I was getting ready for my 3rd deployment. But let's back that up a little bit. So go ahead, please. Let me show you about the early years. You're going to see a lot of things. The top left picture is my mom and dad's favorite day in the whole entire life. That's April 14th, 1987. You see, that was their favorite day because I'm their favorite kid. They have 2 other ones, one older, one younger. And the story goes, the first kid, oh crap, it's not that's not what we wanted. The second one, perfection. They thought they had you guys see it. And then the third one, they thought they had the serum, worked out. Had him, was like, whoa, we're going to keep them around till 17, kick him out. We'll keep Travis, he's our favorite. They literally won't say that in public, but I know they mean it in their hearts. I do. And then I played a lot of sports. I did my study in my spare time, like in my private time. Won't see that. But I just wanted to take you back because I'm just one veteran. This is me. I did powerlifting, football, baseball, track, all conference, all state, whatever. Cook it again, please. And then there's me again playing more sports. Like I said, studying was a private matter for me. I had all the cheerleaders do it for me. So, no, I'm not really. Cheerleaders aren't very smart. So I actually had the, he did it! He did it! Oh, man. I'm just joking. They won't know if I'm telling the truth. I'm just joking. All right, click it. So this is me being awesome, number 5. And I'm like living in the past. I had arms and legs, running touchdowns. That's the only one I ever ran, but I look cool. Dude, let's just take a second. You know? Oh my goodness. How cool is he? Like, king of the castle. Then I went to college, and I found out I wasn't cool anymore. I went to play football out of college, and that's what made me go to the Army. You see, I had a girlfriend at the time that decided I should move back home. It turns out, I was like, yeah, it sounds like a great idea. And then I met her boyfriend, Colin, and I was like, why are you here, Colin? He's like, I'm not supposed to know about you. I was like, oh, I'm sorry, Colin. And then it got real awkward, because my girlfriend had a boyfriend. That wasn't me. It got pretty weird. So I joined the military. I wanted something new. Football season ended at my college. And then the top left picture, that's in March of 2006. I went to the recruiter's office. You see, I went to every recruiter. The Air Force wasn't in the office. They never were there. So, yeah, sometimes the truth hurts. The Navy didn't have anything really for me that I thought I wanted to do. And, my grandpa was in the Navy, so I'm not going to harp on them. They're pretty cool. They just, just whatever. And then the other Navy office, the Marines, they, no, that's what it is. The other Navy, the smaller branch, the Marines they call them. No, they're Navy. Look it up. It's serious. So anyways, I went to the Marines and the Army had $24,000 signing bonus, and I had some debt to pay off from college. And the Marines, I went to there, and I didn't know about rank structure. I'm like, hey, bro, what's up? And he's like, you want to be a Marine? I'm like, well, sure. What's the signing bonus? He said, signing bonus, you get honor, duty, respect, and some other stuff. And I was like, that same poster's over there for 24 grand, Why you would join to be a Marine, I don't get it, I went to the Army and I got all that money. You know what I did with it? Me neither. So moving on. Wow, I'm glad this room livened up for me. I usually get booed and people throw popcorn at me. And I'm like, oh, I didn't eat dinner, So it's cool. Right there's a picture of me. I was 6'3", 250 pounds of sheer pure awesomeness. And I do CrossFit, so if you see my chest, just like, I'm still married, so it ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen, I'm sorry. My father-in-law's with me tonight. I shouldn't have told you guys that before I tell this next story. So on my first deployment in 2007, I did a 15-month tour, which for Marines, that's like, 3 tours? And Air Force, that's like 7, so whatever. 15-month tour. Yeah, I know, it's crazy. In the Navy, it wasn't we were on a boat, so I'm not sure what you got to do. So, anywho, in 07, in September, my medic went home to see his family. His little girl would be born, and his little sister at 18, by the way, high schoolers, earmuffs. His little sister was in college. She saw a picture of this 6'3", 250-pound diesel. You know what I'm talking about. All right, and she sent a MySpace friend request. You can't make this up. Well, you could, but I didn't. And I hit accept. MySpace was before Facebook, okay? Yeah, no, it's kind of the same thing with cooler to get up with music. Don't look it up. You'll be way behind times. So then I hit accept. We started chit-chatting. And by early October, we started talking. Mid-November, I said, hey, you're pretty cool. You want to hang out? She's like, yeah, sure. She's 18. I was 20. She's in college. And so I said, let's go to Mexico. She said, that sounds like a great idea. I didn't ask her mom and dad. But she was 18, so I flew into Dallas, picked her up, and went to Mexico for a week, back to Michigan for a week, and then I went back overseas. I came back home, and we got married shortly after. So I got married in June of 2008 to the love of my life. I've been married to for 7 years. Go ahead and click it, please, Craig. And that's a true story. On my second deployment, I took 4 showers in a year. No, that's true. That's where we lived at, but it was fun. Other stuff was fun. And then I I came back, and my wife and I were fortunate enough to have get pregnant, I guess. Well, she did, I didn't, but I was part of the, I was part of the process, but my father-in-law, so we're not getting into that, and there's kids in the room. So we had Chloe in September of 2011, and I had a third deployment coming up. I had orders to take me somewhere else, and I did not want to do that. I had guys that I trained with, kids out of high school, that I molded and shaped into the soldiers I wanted and I needed overseas. So I went to my sergeant major. I had him cancel my orders. I went my third deployment. Because you go overseas for the person to your left and your right, the American fighting next to you. And that's a brotherhood that you just can't break. Well, 2 months into my third deployment, I was walking along with a minesweeping team. I was a weapons squad leader, so I had a guy in front of me with a minesweeper going up and down, up and down. He searched down, he searched back, not once but twice, didn't pick nothing up. I took my backpack off, and as the backpack hit the ground, an IED went off. And as the IED went off, this is as bad as it gets, by the way, for gruesomeness, but as the IED went off, my right arm and right leg were ripped off immediately. My left leg was tattered up, ripped out they had muscle, tendon, and skin hanging it on, so they duct taped it to my thigh. And my left hand had my index finger, or my ring finger, my pinky finger still there, my wrist blown out. So I was laying on the ground, face smacked real hard, swelled up. I hit my mic and I said, LT, I need your medic over here with my medic. I just hit an IED. We're going to need some help with the recovery. My medic ran up at me. I told him, save my guys. I had 2 guys got hurt with me. One of them actually is from Santa Barbara, and his name is a kid after me, actually. The middle name is Travis. But I said, get away from me, save my guys. And he said, no, let me do my job. And we had a couple spattering back and forth. And he's like, just let me do my job. And I said, okay, fine. Once my guys said they were fine. They bandaged me up, got me on the helicopter to the gurney ride to the operating table. On the operating table, they knocked me out, and they were like, I don't know how you're still awake. And I'm like, quit touching me, I'm fine, leave me alone, I gotta get up. And they just said, like, I don't know how you're still awake, Sergeant Mills, but you need to go to sleep. So they knocked me out. That was April 10th. On April 12th, they flew me to Bagram. They had to cut my left hand off because it necrotized. I became a quadruple amputee. On April 14th, my birthday, I woke up for the first time on my 25th birthday. And my brother-in-law had to tell me the outcome of my injuries. First thing I said, my soldiers, how are my soldiers? And then I said, am I paralyzed? And he said, no. And I said, no, Josh, I can take it. Like, you can tell me. Like, I can't feel my fingers and toes. He said, nope. You're not paralyzed, but you don't have them anymore. And that's when I found out what happened. So that's a picture of me. I lost 140 pounds, or 110 pounds, sorry, I went 140 pounds total. And it was pretty rough. So I had to figure out what I was going to do. I was pretty down on myself, pretty angry at the situation. I told my wife to leave me when I got to the States. I said, you don't got to put up with this. Like, take Chloe, our little 6-month-old. I'll financially fund you, take the house, the cars, everything. It's all yours. Because I love her so much, I want to put her through it. And apparently that was offensive to tell her that because she was going to stay behind me. And, we were on our 4th year of marriage, and she's like, that's not how this works at all, Travis. I'm going to be with you to the end. So, I'm here for you. And I can't thank her enough. So she was there. My little girls, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And my little girl's laying on my chest, staring at me, squeezing my nose, and I'm thinking she's going to think I'm a monster, and she's 6 months old, and I can't fend her off. I got lines coming out of me. I'm like, quit it, stop. She's like, and it was a real turning point for me. So I travel around the nation now. I was at Microsoft yesterday, and then I was at the Reagan Library, and I get to be at the Nixon Library, and I'm so thankful to be here. And I've had like numerous phone calls and interviews and things like that I've been doing, but it's important for me to be here tonight and tell you my story. I'm just one person, and we're going to get into that. So click it. Oh, thank you. Sorry. I talk about motivation, goals, healthcare technology, like what is going on with this hand. And I talk about perspective and how I keep going with life. And I know I only got a half hour, so I'm going to try to not speed through, but if you guys have companies out there you want to hire me, travismills.org, you know what I'm saying. All right, motivation. Like I said, I had my little girl, my wife by my side. That's the first time I saw my kid. I got to meet 6 of the 9 doctors, which I have a picture of. And they're Navy doctors, so that's why I didn't go hard on the Navy, because they worked really hard on me. But they found out I didn't have tear ducts, and they put them in when they were like, oh, poor guy has no arms and legs, let's give him some tear ducts. He didn't have those either. So they put them in, and I just cry all the time, And I was like, what did you do? And they're like, I'm sorry. So I seared them off with, I heated a knife up and burned them out. I don't have them anymore. It was a bad experiment. All right, but once I was motivated, because I had my family still on my side, how was I going to do this? And a retired U.S. Marine Corporal, Todd Nicely, came walking in. Turns out, I wasn't the first, and I'm not the last quadruple amputee, unfortunately. But Todd came walking in, fake arms, fake legs. He's like, hey, man, what's up? My name's Todd. We're going to get through this. Like, you'll be fine. I drive, I walk, I talk, I do everything I need to do, feed myself. And that really motivated me, so I had to get going. So I had to start setting some goals. So I had to start setting some short-term goals. I'm getting ahead of myself, thank you. And my first short-term goal is I want to be able to feed myself. Boy, I just did not like people feeding me in public and feeding me. So 5 weeks into my explosion, I was able to wheel on over to my parents where they were staying and grab a fork, bite down on some lasagna that was actually so hot you don't see it in the film. I'm like, oh my gosh, please give me some milk. This burned my throat. But I was, yeah, that's true. But I was feeding myself again, which I was very thankful to be able to do. The next short-term goal, I want to be able to walk again. So 7 weeks and 4 days, just under 2 months of my explosion. I took my first steps at Walter Reed. It was not easy. It wasn't fun. And they said you might walk 1 lap today. And the Massey's not a very big room, maybe from here to the last, like that back little wall and around the track. And I said, I'm going to walk without my crutches. And I walked on my 3rd lap around. Last straightaway, I picked the crutches up, started walking. And I told them I was 82nd Airborne. I was as tough as they come. What? Is that my book? Tough as they come? You guys should buy it. And it's a great Christmas present. And the best part about that is after I said that, I fell over. I don't know what happened right now, but that's not good. Oh, hey, who's that handsome devil? What's your name? Oh, it's me. It's me. All right, and then my last short-term goal, I want to walk a 5K. And 5 months after my explosion, I was able to go up to New York City, strap on my legs, and walk a 5K. It wasn't easy, and I wasn't quite ready for it. I can admit that. But I was going through the Brooklyn Battery Tunnel in New York City, and I was my back was hurting. I rubbed my skin right raw, so I was bleeding into my sockets. And I wanted to quit, but I came out of the tunnel. And when I came out of that tunnel, there was 343 firefighters there standing with banners around their neck because there was 343 firefighters lost on 9/11. And I thought, those brave men can go and do that and risk their life, that I could finish this 1.2 miles. That should be a piece of cake. So I did. Later on, I got on stage, I tripped over a cord, and I went right down. And then there's another joke I can't tell because there's kids in the room, but Mayor Rudy Giuliani's bodyguard picked me up and gave me a reverse, like a Heimlich. And I was like, buy me dinner, but we don't get into that. So, all right, click it. Long-term goals. I wanted to be able to do a couple things. The first thing, this picture right here is a reenact from my documentary. I wanted to be able to stand right there at the ramp on my tall legs and salute my guys when they got home and let them know I was working just as hard as they were, and I didn't give up on myself, and I never would give up on them. So I was able to do that. That's a picture of me hugging my medic right there, actually, the guy that saved my life that night. And it was truly a great moment for me. I was on my tall legs, standing there, sweating like crazy. The next thing I want to be able to do is drive. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I do drive. Stay off the roads in Maine. That's where I'm from. I'm dangerous. I bought a big truck just so you wouldn't get in my way. Yeah. I drive a Ford, okay. And the picture on the left is my van. I have a van with hand controls. And right here, the little gray box in the bottom left picture, as you're looking at it, I pull back 2 inches. That's full gas. I mean, I'm 0 to 60 in 14 seconds. I push forward, full brake. It's pretty amazing. I have a little bump switch on the top left picture as you're looking at it. It's a blue one on the door. Actually, I don't think it's on the screen. But you push it, and it has my blinkers, windshield wipers, dimmers, you name it, cruise control. The next one in my truck is completely different. I lock my legs to a degree, and I just drive with my feet. Completely illegal in Maryland, so don't try it there unless you don't want to get, joke went bad. Let me start that over. Don't try it there unless you're not going to get caught, which I didn't get caught, so in their face. Just kidding, don't break the law unless you can get away with it. Click it. So this is me just driving around. Nobody has any idea. And that's me and my dog hanging out, my wife and my kid. Just, reminiscing. I have the Travis Mills Foundation, and we're going to have more information on that online for you, but if you click it, please. I wanted to start a 501c3, and I did. I bring up service members that were previously wounded, no longer wounded, recalibrated warriors. I don't like the term wounded. I'm not wounded. I have some awesome scars. Again, sorry, ladies, married, but they're sweet. I know chicks dig scars. That's why I hear it on my country songs. And we bring up their families. We show them how to kayak, canoe, boat, swim, fish, tube, anything outdoors we can possibly provide them with, we do. And we try to let them know life's not over after amputation, and they don't have the life on their sidelines. Go ahead and click it. This is the property, what it's going to look like. It's a full functioning place where we bring people we're going to have a yoga studio and everything like that. It's Elizabeth Arden Estate. So that's what it's going to look like with the help from all of you. And here's what it looks like now. Boom. It's a $2.7 million project, and we had to rip it down to its studs, and we have a full basement. Now it's a little bit farther along, lowered, but anything that's raised for the Travis Mills Foundation goes towards the project. I do not and will not ever take a paycheck, and I want people to understand that. Like, my board will never take a paycheck because it's not about me getting paid. It's about giving it back to the veterans that served and that were previously wounded overseas, and we want to show them that they can still do things with their families because my family went through it with me. All right, click it. Am I running short on time, sir? Okay, cool. I'm sorry. I don't want to like rush, but I don't want to like mess everybody up. Healthcare technology, kind of cool. Go ahead and click it. I got the legs. You start short legs, you go taller legs. This first day I got taller than my wife again. And I took a picture before I even took a step. And then I have my tall legs, which I'm wearing right now. These are called X3s. They're waterproof, Bluetooth connectivity. It's how I drive my truck. Then I got hydraulic brakes. And they make over 300 adjustments every time I move because they are mini computers. What that tells you, pay your taxes, okay? Because I appreciate it. You know what I mean? Okay, good. I still got the room with me. Good. Good. I was wondering. I was like, oh, my goodness, am I speeding too much? People don't get it. And again, Marines, that doesn't include you because you ain't going to get it. Oh, wait a second. Did you get it? Did you? Bravo. I really set the expectations where they're supposed to be, you know, for you guys. It's down there. It's as low as I can bend. Click it, please. Next thing's my hand. That hand right there, ladies and gentlemen, it's called a greifer. It has up to 35 pounds of pressure. And what you need to know about that is my daughter goes on her first date. I'm going to shake his hand with that one. And I'm going to break some bones. Also, I'm going to tell him, don't mess with me. Literally no fingerprints, okay? Like straight up. Yeah. No, that's true. That's true. These are other prosthetics I have. I don't wear my right one anymore except when I snowboard. I do go snowboarding, things like that. And that one's just for whooping up on people with. I've been in one fist fight and knocked myself out playing volleyball. I wish that was a joke, but it's not. Yeah, like that's one time I've been in a fist fight. I won and I lost. Then I didn't know if I like knock people out easily or if I get knocked out easily. I stepped on a bomb, didn't get knocked out, so I'm tough. All right, go ahead, click it. All right, so this is some of the cool things I've been able to do. Go skydiving and a bunch of other stuff. Skydiving is actually not that cool. It's just gravity. Like, you think it's something amazing, you just fall. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I do that every day. Whatever. But thank you. Thank you for getting my jokes. All right, all right. I do snowboard, believe it or not. I know a lot of people don't think I'm serious. And if anybody has any hookups with great white shark cage diving, let me know. Because I'm not joking, I really want to do that. I can't really get my arm bit off, you know what I mean? Or, like, maybe bites off your leg, right? It's gone. And this is cool because Julianne Hough was there, and I told her to quit messaging me. I said, Julianne Hough, the dancer. I said, Julianne, it's really weird because like I'm married. It was cute the first time, but now you gotta stop. And she's like, what? And I said, you know the message is where you love me, and I didn't even meet her before I said it. I didn't care. She laughed about it. All right, let's wrap this up a little bit. So, ladies and gentlemen, these are two of my friends. No, that's a lie. One's my friend, the other one's my soldier. The guy on the left, Francis Gene Phillips IV, that's his wife and his kid, taken 3 years ago. As you can tell, it's a hologram over his tombstone in Arlington. He gave his life for his country. I don't tell you that to make you sad. I tell you that because we all know what we go with. The veteran that goes overseas or anybody that joined the military goes overseas knows the consequence. But his family would give anything to have him back in their lives. They would give anything to have him in my situation. Real quick, Gold Star parents. I know there's at least two here. Gold Star parents, thank you for everything you guys and your son sacrifice and your family sacrifice. Give it up. Give it up. And if you don't know what a Gold Star, maybe you don't know what a Gold Star parent is, it means that your loved one has perished overseas. Okay, so they lost their life overseas serving for our country. But Francis Gene Phillips IV is Frankie, good friend of mine. You know, he did it voluntarily. He'll never see his family again. His family would give anything to have my situation. It'd be a slap in the face if I gave up on myself because of his sacrifices. Brandon Goodine was a soldier of mine, wasn't a friend of mine. He wasn't the same rank. I couldn't be friends. I knew all about him. He had a kid at 17 in high school, got his GED and joined the military. His daughter was 7 months old and he was killed overseas. But he did it because he wanted to take care of his family. And you know what? It'd be a slap in his face if I gave up on myself and I quit doing what I'm doing. Go ahead and click it. Like I said, there was Navy doctors. Here's a picture of 4 of them on stage in Coronado, California. At my documentary screening, I met 6. They were worried that they made the wrong call, like I was going to be upset to save my life. I told them, no, you guys did exactly what you had to do, and I appreciate it. And 9 doctors, 7 nurses, 2 nurses for 9 hours pumped air into my lungs. Slap in their face if I gave up on myself. So I keep pushing forward. The therapist, I mean, I did tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of hours of therapy, physical and occupational, just to be where I am today. And I can't thank everybody and their support. I I can't thank everybody for all their support and love and good well wishes for what I'm able to do. Click it. How are we looking on time? We're all right? Okay, cool. I see Ian walking around. All right, so this is the documentary done. It's on iTunes. We're going to play the trailer quick, show you guys a little bit of what I talked about, and you're going to be like, why did he just talk for the last 25 minutes? I think he just played this. That's because I really enjoy talking. Go ahead and click it. Should be volume. We had a call that there was an IED threat in the area. We had to go check it out and see if there was one.
You know, we went out there as normal. It was supposed to be a pretty quick mission. You know, just a couple hours in the village right next to our strong point and back.
We were setting the gun in place. Fessy went first, swept the bank.
He went up and down, cleared it. He got about 20 feet away from me. You know, I said, okay. I took my bag off and set it down, and when I set it down,
honestly, the first thing that kicked into my mind was, this is not real. This is fake.
I remember actually while we were working on it, one of the things he said was, I just want to be able to hold my little girl again.
Do you love your daddy?
told him I'm getting out of here in 10 months. He kept saying, why? You know, what's your big rush? I said, hey, Doc, look behind you. I had pictures of me and my wife and my daughter. I have a family. Like, I live in a hospital bed. Get me out of here.
Yeah, him with Chloe, you know, she doesn't care that her dad doesn't have arms and legs. It's her dad. So it's all she knows. It's all she knows of him. So to her, nothing was lost, the way I see it.
Seeing him stand up for the first time, I could feel so much joy from him. That was like a turning point for us.
I don't understand how he does it.
I think he's meant to lead and help people. You know, he faces obstacles and he doesn't let anything stop him.
I believe God's got a plan for all of us. And after seeing Travis in action, the word bravery has more meaning to me now than it ever has.
So that's an award-winning documentary at the Jihad Film Festival. We won first out of 55 short films. It is available at travismills.org if anyone wants to check it out and on iTunes. Go ahead and click it, please. What I'm fortunate to do right now is I have a book that just came out. It's called Tough as They Come. Like I said, it was when I fell over. I don't know where the title there. Sorry about that. So that's the book, Tough as They Come. It's available here. It's available at travismills.org. You can find the link, Amazon. And the only thing I will tell you is you'll laugh, you'll cry, you'll have a great time. If you love The Notebook, wrapped up with Forrest Gump. No, I'm serious. My wife and I wrapped up with Forrest Gump. Actually, Gary Sinise is a friend of mine, the old Lieutenant Dan. And he actually, yeah, we don't get into that. And then wrapped up with a little bit of American Sniper or whatever with the action. I encourage you to read it. Please give me feedback online. And that's it. The book's Tough as They Come. It covers everything, even more greater detail than what I covered tonight. So with that, I actually love taking questions. So I'm hoping there's some questions out there. I will tell you nothing offends me, nothing bothers me, nothing is going to faze me. Yes, I can still have kids. So just as awkward like as awkward as I can make it, let you guys know it's cool. So go ahead and click it. Craig, please. And books are available. Well, you're going to do that, I think, sir. But books are available here tonight. I will sign them. If you can't get a book because you didn't bring no money, that's fine. Still get a picture and Instagram it with me if you want. You won't catch what I got, I promise. Like, I've had people cross the street like, I don't want to catch that. And I'm like, what? I don't either. I get it. No. So that's my wife and my kid, how she looks now. There's my email address and everything. And I'm going to take some questions. Ian's walking around here, I believe.
Got our first question down here in the front from the mayor.
Oh, okay.
I actually had a chance to meet with Travis a little earlier, so he's right, you can't offend him. He'll offend you, by the way, but Travis, I thought what you mentioned earlier that you were hot and you were sweating, and he explained how his whole system, the temperature thing works. Maybe you could explain that with
absolutely.
the limbs.
So I look like I'm glistening up here, and I get that. When your heart beats, it pushes blood to your fingers and toes. Mine doesn't go there anymore. It goes to my residual limb, so it comes back warmer. When you really see it from your body, it's head, hands, and feet. I'm missing 4 of the 5. Marines, that's both arms and legs. Like my head's still. And then, he did it again. So we really see from your body is head, hands, and feet, missing 4 of the 5, so I'm always hot. And then also my skin, your skin's porous and it like helps you circulate or regulate heat. And I have 3 layers on to my inner thigh, so I'm gonna do that. Real quick, I was gonna end it, but I think that after I end, you're gonna come up here, sir. 2 things in my author's note that I made sure was in the book. 1, I didn't serve any more than anybody else. I didn't do anything any more special than anybody else. Everybody that's a veteran, thank you for your service. I truly mean that. And I raised my right hand like everybody else did, and I just had a rough day at work. And the next thing, my problems are more than anybody else's. We all have our things we go through. Visually, yes, I look different, but I can't tell you that my problems outweigh what you're going through, your family's going through. So hopefully something I said tonight might help you or help someone that you know is going through a situation. I'm sorry, yes, sir.
Next question from the 3rd row.
ATW?
That's what it is. That's what we do.
How many jumps?
Over 50. I was a jump master. I had 2 kids check me in the door. They were like, I'm not jumping. I told them in the brief, you're going. I grabbed them by the shirt collar and the pants. I threw 1 kid out, and then another jump, I kicked kid right in the back of the parachute right out of the plane. So if you guys didn't get what I was talking about, I used to jump out of airplanes for a living.
Next question comes from this young man.
Yes, sir. I love that blue. It brings out my eyes. I bet you knew that.
Do you like Star Wars?
I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. I like gummy bears, if that counts. If anybody's gonna send packages overseas, gummy bears, peppered beef jerky, peanut butter M&Ms, Orbit gum, that's all you need to know. I like Star Wars, it's okay. I don't really get all of it, but I feel like a Marine watching it, you know? I'm so hard on the Marines because I have a lot of family that's in the Marines.
We've got another question from one of our younger visitors here today.
Yes, sir.
I have something to give to you.
Oh, okay. Come on. Hey, can you come up here? Is that okay? Is that allowed? Absolutely. Yeah, Craig. Oh, thank you so much, buddy. Can we get a picture with that? You got a mom that wants to take a picture, or dad? Oh, give him a round of applause. Well, I think that book's yours, buddy. Want me to sign? I have, but oh, did you draw that? Thank you so much. Can I give this to, he's going to take it home for me, but I'm going to keep it and put it in my fridge. And I think that book's yours, because I know the guy that wrote it. He looks like me, but he has no facial hair. Hey, can I shake your hand? Tell you what, fist bump? Jellyfish? I don't blow it up because I've already done that once, you know? Did you guys get it? All right. Oh, did you get a good picture? Here, come up here and get a picture. Well, I wish I could drop down. I can't really. I don't want to fall. Like, here. Don't worry. I know that man. He's not a stranger. Do you like Frozen? Pressure's on. No pressure. No one's looking. Nailed it. Thank you. Hey, appreciate it, bud.
Thank you so much.
All right. I don't want to hold nobody up, Ian. Anybody else? Nothing's going to... Yes, sir.
Do you have any residual effects from loss of limb? I mean, it's still here, correct? Do you have any pains or itching?
Well, that's the thing. So what I'm fortunate with, he asked if I had any pains from phantom limb pain, which a lot of people suffer from. I'm the second person in the nation to undergo a treatment called a ketamine coma. What they do is they pump you full of ketamine, 600 milligrams an hour for 5 days straight, which is a lot. It's like PCP or LSD. It's a crazy hallucinogen. But with that, it reset my nerves to think that where my arm ends, where it actually ends at, instead of trying to find my feet and my hands. So no, I do not. Fortunately, thanks to my case study, a lot of guys are getting put on ketamine to reset the brain. And I've been off my medication, doctor prescribed. I know you're thinking, like, this guy's got to be medicated. No. I've been off my medication. After 6 months, I quit taking all my medication, Oxys and Lyrica and stuff, and I've been fortunate not to have any pain. So I'm very thankful. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Don't be bashful. If you kids have any questions, don't ask. No, I'm kidding. No, for the late, you were late. Why are you even standing out, bro? No, I'm just kidding. What's up? You're in trouble. Can you still play football? I still play football? How much? No. Thanks for rubbing it in, bro. I'm not upset. Don't cry. That's very Air Force of you, though. Hey.
All right, everybody, let's give Travis one more
Thank you so
big
much
round.
for having me. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, there's actually more. I think you guys might as well sit down. I think there's more. I'm sorry. We're going to have to do this all over again.
For anybody who is too shy to ask their question here right now, Travis will be at the front, and he'd be more than happy to answer your question in person. So thank you so much.
Okay, I think that's the definition of a hard act to follow. But I will try. So Sergeant Mills, in honor of your presence here tonight, I've got a presentation from Congressman Ed Royce, California's 39th Congressional District. He had this flag flown over the United States Capitol in your honor.
Oh, thank you,
so,
sir. Thank you. I
thank
appreciate
you.
it.
It's a memento of your contribution.
Right in the man cave. Appreciate it. I don't want to drop it, so it's better, yeah.
I promise she'll get it back to you. So.
Yeah, I know that you know her. That's your wonderful wife, so.
It is. It is.
She's amazing. Don't mess with her, though.
No kidding. No kidding.
He told me.
Craig? So, ladies and gentlemen, please, one more round of applause for
Thank you
Staff
so
Sergeant.
much. Appreciate it. Thank you.
I mentioned a little earlier about service rivalries. And boy, am I glad I'm not in the Marine Corps tonight. Although Mr. Jeffrey, I know you've zinged me a few from the Marine Corps already. So anyway, as we draw near the program, our choir and band have one more special number, a special tribute to the U.S. military. Veterans, we encourage you to stand and be recognized when your service song is played.
joking. I'm sorry. I was joking. I'm sorry.